Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is your girl, Queen B, Brittany Johnson, and I am excited to go over my buyer's consultation presentation with you. So let's go ahead and get started. My name again is Brittany Randolph Johnson. I am a licensed realtor here in the state of Texas, and basically, I'm your new homie. Get it? Home-y. Okay, I'm dedicated to helping you find the home of your dreams. This isn't a one-time transaction for me. You and I are going to be homies for life. A little bit about myself. Me and my husband Thomas have created Wake Up Professional Services LLC, and through our LLC, we are providing opportunities and sharing information about land ownership, life insurance, and entrepreneurship to help increase generational wealth within our community. So, Wake Up for Real Estate, which is what you are now basically a part of because you're looking to get a home. This is how it ties into our business. Okay, so hashtag Wake Up for Real Estate is a part of Wake Up Professional Services LLC. Now, my office hours. Typically, of course, just to make sure you get the best service, my office hours are as follows. I am typically able and right next to my phone every day at 10 a.m. And just like standard practices, I typically will kind of wind down around 5. That does not mean that I won't answer any questions that you have. This is just to give you a clear understanding of when I am at your service immediately. Anytime that you don't see listed here, that doesn't mean that I won't be able to answer your questions. It's just I'm just letting you know that I do still take care of my family, of course. And so in some of those cases, I may not get back to you as immediately, but I will get back to you as soon as possible. Now, when it pertains to this presentation, I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about some popular real estate and frequent real estate terms. So attached to the email that you clicked on this link in, there's going to be a real estate terminology document that has all of the big words, all of the crazy real estate words that I'm going to use. It's going to be attached to that email. So you can use that as a reference, okay? Now, here is a buyer's timeline. This is just a standard example. It's not concrete. Your timeline may look different from my previous client's timeline, but this kind of gives you an idea of how the process works, okay? So we start off with your pre-approval, we go shopping for homes, we make an offer, get under contract, and then we have closing. Now, the pre-approval process works pretty simply, okay? You're going to pick a lender, you'll fill out the application that the lender sends you, and then once the status has been updated, then we will know how much you've been pre-approved for. I typically, and I don't allow, we don't look outside of your pre-approval amount because I want to make sure that you are, of course, able to take care of everything that you need to when it pertains to getting the home of your dreams. So we try to stick within that budget, okay? So pre-qualification documents, just so you can kind of get an idea. You have your license, of course, or any photo ID, proof of Social Security, and then pay stubs, W-2s, tax returns, those types of things. So best practice is whenever you pick your lender, they will tell you exactly what documents you need in order to be able to begin the process, okay? Now, once we've heard back from your lender, we're going to go shopping. And how it works is in the email, you will receive a buyer survey that's going to have you fill out all the main details that you're looking for in your home, okay? Once you fill out that survey and I get that information, you're going to begin by creating your list of homes. You're going to mark your favorites from 1 to 10, and then I will begin scheduling appointments so we can go out and see your best and top ranked homes. And we'll go more over that once we get closer to that process. Now, after you have shopped and found the home that you love, we're going to make an offer. And making an offer simply means you're going to share with the seller how much you're willing to pay to possess that new home. This process typically takes between 24 to 48 hours from the time that it is submitted to the time that you find out whether or not you actually won the offer. So it varies based off each situation, but rest assured that when that time comes, I have some more information about it that'll help you make the best offer, but then feel security and confident in your offer. Now, When you're under contract, and we love going under contract, that means that your offer has been accepted, you have your option period, and then we're moving towards closing. These time frames can be crucial, especially that option period, because this is where you have to make an option. You have to pay your option fee and pay down your earnest money, which basically are funds that show you are serious about acquiring this contract. So during this time frame, we have some specific instructions that your communication and your attention is going to be pertinent to the smooth sailing of this process. And when that time comes, because it's going to come, especially when you're getting your keys with Queen B, I make sure to go through every detail to make sure you are confident in moving forward. Okay. After we're under contract, then it's closing, which is everybody's favorite time frame. In closing, 3 days before, you typically get a closing disclosure, and with that disclosure, it goes over all of the funds and all of the details necessary for us to have a smooth and efficient closing process. Okay. After we have closed, it's time to celebrate. But before we celebrate, there's a couple of things I remind you about, okay? Make sure your move is set up, your move-in ready. You'll get a list of trusted vendors that will help you get your home move-in ready if it's not already there. Okay, so from movers to professional cleaners, yard, landscaping artists, all of that will be packaged for you and ready to go to help you with an efficient move. You also want to schedule your move, okay? You want to make sure that you know the contract details and that you're able to get everything set up in a smooth and timely fashion. And lastly, setting up those utilities and Wi-Fi passwords. These are things that we want you to start thinking about early, because you don't want to be in your new home but not have any electricity. So I will, of course, go over all of these things and remind you about this process as we get closer, but it is something to be thinking about accordingly, okay? And then after, of course, the closing, it's an after party. And once you've gotten settled in, we celebrate. So I will go over the details about your after party and what your choices are once we get to that closing table. Now, what you need to know up front, when you're preparing to buy a home, like I mentioned before, we're going to shop within that pre-approval amount, and you'll need to also understand your real budget. So oftentimes what you get pre-approved for may not necessarily be what you actually are comfortable paying for your mortgage each month. So we'll talk a little bit about that as we get that pre-approval. You also need to keep in mind liquid money. That's money that you have access to, okay? These funds are going to be funds that are going to be used to pay other out-of-pocket expenses. So your inspection fees, your option fees, earnest money, any down payment that may be required, and then, of course, keeping an idea about your closing costs as well. Homeowners insurance is something that you're going to take a look at once you get under contract. And then, of course, any maintenance and repairs or additional expenses that you decide to take on once you gain the property. Maybe you want to change the carpet, or maybe you want to paint. Those types of things are things that you'll need to keep into consideration when we are starting this process. Now, a couple of things to remember as well. Once you get pre-approved, do not apply for a new credit card. Don't buy a new car. Don't go get furniture yet. Do not change your jobs. Don't close any credit accounts. Don't get behind on payments, and don't move money without a paper trail, okay? You do not also want to spend your savings. Again, walking into this process, we want to make sure that you make all the best decisions to help it move smoothly and efficiently. So please remember to not do any of these things. Now, I'm here to help you. Again, I am your realtor, and our relationship is going to go way past closing. So if you have any questions or any concerns, I'm here to help you. Now, your next steps. This is now that we've gotten all of those little details out of the way, I want you to return to your email, and you're going to click the link to fill out your buyer survey. You also need to be on the lookout, because I'm going to contact you soon to set up the appointment. I have a specific date for you listed in that email. And if that date and time did not work for you, if it doesn't work for you, please reach out as soon as possible. That way we can make sure we find a date and time that works for you, okay? And my contact details, of course, you have my phone number, but there is my email address as well. And you also have our website, wakeupforlegacy.com. I encourage you to check it out just to kind of see some of the other things that we got going on, and to fulfill any other needs that you may need. Okay? So When one door closes, buy another one and open it yourself. Again, I am Queen B, and I am here to help you get your keys. If you have any other questions for me, please, please, please reach out. I look forward to working with you and working for you. Have a splendiferous day.